Hi everyone, this is Maddie with Gallatin Valley Farm to School, and today I am leading you through a lesson about butter making. So during this lesson, we will actually be making our own butter with supplies that you might have lying around your house. And we'll also be learning about this month's Montana Harvest of the Month item. I'm not going to tell you what the Harvest of the Month item is just yet. I want to see if you can guess it. So, to get us started, let's play a little game that I like to call All About Cows. Okay, first question. How many teeth does a cow have? Do you think you know the answer? Take a minute to guess. Let's see. A cow has 32 teeth and they are all on the bottom. Whoa, I did not know that. Next question. How many stomachs does a cow have? Do you think you know the answer? A cow has one stomach with 4 digestive compartments. Could you imagine having 4 digestive compartments in your stomach? Do cows like to have friends? Aw, do they? Let's see. Cows are very social animals. They like to be around others, and they even form friendships. Aw, that is so cute, little cows. Next question. What is a baby cow called? Do you know what a baby cow is called? Let's see. A baby cow is called a calf. Aww. Okay, 3 more questions. How do cows eat grass? Cows don't actually bite the grass. They roll their tongue around it. Whoa. Could you imagine eating your food by just rolling your tongue around it? That's pretty silly to think about. How much does a dairy cow weigh? An adult dairy cow weighs about 1,500 pounds. The picture on the left shows a scale used to weigh cows. Whoa, that's a funny looking scale. And our last question, what are some foods that come from milk? Cheese, yogurt, butter, whipped cream, and ice cream all come from milk. Thank you, cows, for all of those delicious milk products. Whoa, what a fun game of All About Cows. There's one more question I wanted to ask you about cows. How many cows do you think live in Montana? There's a really fun fact about cows in Montana. Did you know that there are more cows than people in Montana? That is just crazy to me. That's a lot of cows. There are about 2.6 million cows in Montana. Wow. So now, friends, after we played our All About Cows game, do you think you know what May's Harvest of the Month item is? Give you a second to think about it. If you think that May's Harvest of the Month item is cows or beef, you are correct. This month we are talking all about Montana beef. But for today's lesson, we actually aren't going to make anything using beef. We are going to focus on another kind of cow. Not a beef cow, but a dairy cow. Now, what is a dairy cow? We learned about some of the milk products that come from cows during our All About Cows game. A dairy cow is responsible for providing that milk for us. Beef cows are raised for eating their beef. Dairy cows are raised for the dairy that comes out of them, or the milk that we can use to make things like cheese or whipped cream or butter. So today our lesson is all about making butter out of milk. So before we get started making our butter, I wanted to read you 3 riddles to see if you could guess the kind of milk product that the riddle is talking about. So let's get started with the first one. Cold and creamy, a frozen treat. In a cone or a shake, it can't be beat. In a cone or a shake? Can you guess what kind of milk product that is? If you think that that's ice cream, you're right. All right, are you ready for the second riddle? A thick, tart custard, fruit flavored or plain, curdled and cultured with a funny name. Fruit flavored or plain, curdled and cultured with a funny name. What milk product is that about? If you're thinking yogurt, you're correct. Okay, here's our last riddle. Rich, creamy yellow, salted or sweet, on toast or corn, a little bit is good to eat. If you think that riddle was about butter, you are correct. And it's perfect that that last riddle was about butter because it leads us in to the next part of our lesson, which is all about butter making. So let's get started. I'm excited. Okay, friends, do you all have your butter churners ready? Just kidding. You probably don't have a butter churner at home. If you do, that's pretty cool though. Before we had big machines that churn our butter for us, people used to have to churn their butter by hand. And basically that looked like a big container that held a lot of cream in kind of a plunger or stick that you would plunge up and down to agitate the cream in there to eventually make butter. And that was a lot of work. So we should be lucky that we don't have to put that much work into making butter anymore. But it's still really cool to know that that's how butter started. But today, you don't need a butter churner to make your butter. All you need is a glass jar with a lid that's able to seal tightly, some room temperature whipping cream. So I've already put my whipping cream in my jar to start reaching room temperature. You will need 1 or 2 marbles, and I like to have some salt handy because a little bit of salt in my butter tastes really good to me. And then you'll also need whatever you want to eat your butter on. So today I have some slices of bread for eating the butter on, but you could also use a cracker or you could use a carrot, whatever you like to put your butter on. You should have that handy because this butter is going to be too good to not eat when we're finished. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You need to have your whipping cream at room temperature, then drop a marble in gently, seal on that lid, and this part's important. Until our whipping cream starts to thicken, it's best to just go back and forth like this with your marble in the jar. If you go right ahead and shake that jar a lot really quickly, you're all probably so strong that the marble could actually break the glass. Trust me, it's happened before. It made a mess. So to start, You just rotate your jar back and forth like this. And we're gonna have to do this for a little while. There's a song actually that goes with it. Do you wanna hear my song? I need to read the lyrics. Okay, here we go. We're going to make some butter, rich and creamy too, with milk from a cow's udder, before you can say moo, moo. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it if you can. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it once again. Put some cream into a jar, you can add a marble or two. Make sure the lid is on tightly, that's all you have to do. We're learning while we're churning, hey, this is lots of fun. It's easy to make butter, let's eat it when it's done. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it if you can. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it once again. Wow, how's it going? Do you feel your butter starting to form?
Butter is made by shaking or churning cream. The butterfat particles in cream are wrapped in a coating or membrane. When you shake the cream, you break the coating around these fat particles and they start to stick together. So as you continue shaking, the particles completely separate from the liquid in the cream and form larger and larger fat clusters. When most of these fat particles are stuck together, you have a lump of butter floating in a sea of buttermilk. You can just pour off the buttermilk and chill to enjoy later, and then dip your knife in to enjoy some fresh, creamy butter.
Okay, you can barely hear the marble anymore. That's a good sign. That means we probably have some butter down in this jar. Okay, the next step is to open it up and see what's going on in there. Wow. Look at that nice whipped cream. And actually, down at the bottom, there are some butter solids. Oh yeah, look at that amazing butter down there. Now, if when you opened your jar, there's still some liquid on top, that is totally fine and absolutely normal. That is just some buttermilk, and you can skim that off the top. You can drain it through a strainer to get rid of that buttermilk. And what you should be left with, all of the thick molecules stuck together, that is our butter. So once you drain off that buttermilk, you will be left with this really creamy, thick glob of cream that we turned into butter. And after that, you can enjoy it. Time to enjoy our butter. I'm gonna spread some of my butter onto a piece of bread. This is my favorite way to enjoy butter. Now, if you are really feeling creative and if you have some herbs around your house, this is the time to also add some herbs on top of your butter. Or if you wanted to do an experiment, you could put the herbs in the jar with the marble and the whipping cream to really mix those herbs up into there. That's when you can also add the salt too, to get those flavors going and really enhance your homemade butter. I've got my butter on a piece of bread. What are you eating your butter on? Cracker or a carrot or maybe a piece of bread just like me? Let's enjoy it. Wow, Homemade butter is so delicious. It did take a lot of arm work, but I would say it's definitely worth it. So I wanted to come back in before I close this lesson and ask you if you learned anything about May's Harvest of the Month today. So our Harvest of the Month item is beef, right? And instead of doing something with beef cows, we talked about dairy cows. Now, do you remember any of those fun facts we learned in the beginning in All About Cows? Like how many teeth a cow has? Or what a baby cow is called? If you don't remember, go back to the beginning of the video and check out that All About Cows game because there are some great facts in there. And I wanted to remind you that making butter at home is so simple. All you need is a marble, a glass jar with a tight lid, and some heavy whipping cream. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you got some yummy, yummy butter out of it. And I'll be back soon with another lesson. Thanks for watching.